ちは20年待たれた英雄だ。そしてお前がその右手を振り下ろすことはない。溶けて消えるからだ。お前に世界は変えられねえ。
What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, finally getting around to talking about the brand new Super Sugo Fest exclusive Kaido. And I remember when we first got the details about this unit, at face value, I thought this unit was going to be like easy top 5, just judging from what the character did. Now, after utilizing this character in some content, there are some hiccups and bumps that I have found whilst using this character, and we'll talk about it as we go along. But the thing is this character, in the sense of content where your cooldown is automatically maxed at the start of the quest, yeah, this character is going to be a god. So like in Kizuna Clash, for example, this unit is just a beast. He is one of the best units for Kizuna Clash. Treasure Map, he's going to be amazing for. But then when you take a look at like Arena or Clash or anything, you know, typical on Extra Island, which to be fair, there isn't really a lot of that kind of content anymore anyways, this unit is going to have a little bit of problems, and it really comes down to the way that you team build with this character. But as I said, we'll talk more about it as we go along. Let's go ahead and start off with the breakdown. Let's talk about his captain ability. So Kaido's captain ability is pretty awesome, actually. It's a very good captain ability. First of which, giving -2 cooldown to strength and powerhouse characters. So it is interesting that he doesn't boost driven characters. I think that's a huge missed opportunity, because the character already has some issues in the team building aspect when we use him as a captain. And I think it would have been really nice if he was able to boost driven as well. But despite that, he is only strength and powerhouse focused. Also providing 5.75 times attack, but at 6 times attack boost if you have a Wano slot with a 1.5 HP boost as well. So statistically, very strong. Lots of cooldown, lots of health, good attack multiplier. Now, the interesting thing here is he does 500 times his attack and strength damage to all enemies at the end of the turn. Very reminiscent of version 1 Kaido, which is kind of like where a lot of people are drawing parallels between this unit and V1 Kaido. Not only just the effect is relatively similar, but the artwork, of course. I'm not going to talk about it, but a lot of people talk about the artwork. But anyways, also making Dex slots transform into Wano slots. It's a very nice mechanic that he gets access to. Furthermore, if Kaido has a Wano slot and you tap on him, he reduces the duration of enemy barriers by 1 turn, and he also inflicts 3 turns of Ignite to enemies that goes through all immunity, which is pretty strong, and it's a very good ignited status too. 150 times the enemy's attack delta's damage at the end of the turn is incredibly strong. Very good ignite status. You know, if you have some other character that can apply an ignite, conditional boost, then you can abuse that for sure. Furthermore, whenever the enemy does damage to you, you will inflict 2 times increased damage taken that goes through immunity for 10 turns. Like, what? Absolutely ridiculous that he's able to do that. So it's pretty strong. You know, if you're up against any content that does like preemptive damage, just inflicting 2 times increased damage taken against them is just kind of bonkers. The fact that you'll always, you know, have that really cool ability to just get 2 times damage for free. So captain ability is very strong, but the issue is the end of turn damage, because you can't really do a lot of stall, which means that when you are, you know, on content where you don't get max cooldown straight away, then sometimes activating your specials can actually be a bit of a problem. So you do have to be very cautious of that, which is where the team building aspect really comes into fruition here. Now, the other thing is that when you use him as a captain, you'll get access to the EX Super, where you need to have 2 of the listed characters on the crew. It is a bit annoying that you need to have 2 listed characters when we have the Charlotte Linlin that came out not too long ago, where it only needs 1 character. So I'm a little pissed that this character needs 2 in order to activate it. But the EX Super Special is pretty good, -1 cooldown to all characters, changing the top row slot into Wano, which doesn't go through block slots, which is a bit of a missed opportunity there. Then he also applies 1.75 increased damage taken to all enemies through immunity for 1 turn, and then also buffs any increased damage taken effect on the enemy side of the field by 0.25. So that actual effect is really cool because it does apply to the 1.75 withstanding. So when you activate the EX Super, it basically is 2 times increased damage taken inflicted through immunity. However, what it means is that if the enemy has done damage to you and the Captain ability has procced the effect to inflict increased damage taken, then this EX Super will just further buff the increased damage taken that is already on the enemy side of the field. So at a bare minimum, you're getting 2 times increased damage taken, but you can actually get up to 2.25, which is very good. Then he also makes powerhouse characters become super powerhouse, and then strength characters become super strength. So providing very good buffs across the board for both his typing and class that are this character's mainstay. So captain ability wise, as I've already touched upon, it's a very strong captain ability, and there's not a lot of utility going on here. And some people have, you know, made some opinions about this character, the fact that this character doesn't have a lot of utility, he is just focused on damage. I don't think that is inherently a bad thing, because the damage that he is capable of doing is up there with some of the best in the game, and that's where things really come into clutch with this character. This character is very, very, very strong. Kaido's special also continues on that trend of being very strong, where he can do 1 million fixed damage to all enemies, but he says that if the highest HP enemy on the enemy side of the field is already less than 1 million, then he just instantly defeats all enemies straight away, which is kind of cool. But aside from the damage dealing effect, he also does an orb boost, a 2.75 orb boost to strengthen powerhouse for 2 turns. However, the orb boost is actually buffed to a 3 times orb boost if the characters have a Wano slot, so that's kind of fascinating. And then he further says that if this character is your captain or in the top row when you launch the special, you get a 3 times increased damage taken conditional boost for 2 turns. Now, you don't have to be Einstein to figure out that this is one of the best effects in the game. You know, before this character even come out, the best conditional boost we had was 2.5, and this is already going up to 3x. This is a very big deal. And the fact that we have access now to the brand new Charlotte Linlin that can double stat conditional boosts like this, with Big Mom's withstanding 2.25 times ignited conditional boost, it's just a lot. This is a lot to take in, and even if he is not the captain, you still get a 2.75 conditional boost against increased damage taken. But of course, it is better to use him as a captain so that you can actually abuse the effect of applying that debuff through immunity and stuff like that. So yeah, this character just comes together to be one of the best units in the game in terms of pure offensive prowess. Obviously, utility is not this character's strong suit, but when you have damage that is unparalleled and it's stackable with other really powerful abilities, as we said, it's the best conditional boost in the game, provides a very solid orb boosting effect, and inflicting increased damage taken. Not a lot of characters can do it, but if you get access to it, it's literally like doubling your damage for free. So if you're able to utilize a character that can do that, you should probably do it, because it's going to make a big difference when it comes to the damage at the end of the day. Now, of course, if you end up pulling some dupes of this character, you can level up this character's Rush Sugo special, the 3rd Rush Sugo special character in the game. So this character's Rush is a little bit more reminiscent to Rush Sanji that came out during the anniversary. The activation requirement is a little interesting, where you need to be at the final battle only, and this character needs to perform the 2nd or the 3rd tap of an attack, which is kind of interesting. And you also need 2 of those listed characters on the crew, which if you're using him as a captain and using his EX special, then you're going to be able to fulfill this either way. Now, the Rush Sugo special is fascinating because the effect of it will actually give a rush attack boost of 1.5 times to powerhouse and strength characters at level 5. At level 1, it is only a 1.1 times attack boost. However, each time you do a successful rush tap, you actually get a small increase to that attack multiplier. So in the case at level 5, the finish tap will provide a 1.5 attack boost to strength and powerhouse. However, every successful tap will add 0.1 to the final multiplier, which means you can actually get up to a 2.0 rush attack boost for powerhouse and strength characters. And the finish tap multiplier also will add further buffs to not only the chain, but also the end resulting damage. Of course, you need to make sure that when you're performing the Rush Sugo special, that you have quite a lot of HP remaining, so that you can fully abuse all of those rush taps. So luckily Kaido does have a 1.5 health boost, and this is probably going to be something important that we need to take more note of moving forward with Rush Sugo special characters, in that, you know, you need to have the high HP so you can do as many taps as possible, and characters that are unable to secure that high HP obviously can't get as many taps in, which will result in less damage. So it is very important that we take that into consideration moving forward. But with Kaido, he doesn't really have that many issues with it because of his massive 1.5 health boost. So it actually helps him quite a fair bit. Through doing some testing, once we pulled this character, we were able to figure out that even though with his Rush Sugo special you needed to tap second or third in the chain, if you are performing a super tandem, for example, if you have Kaido as one of the characters a part of the chain, if you tapped like second with Kaido, if you perform the super tandem ability with the third tap, you can actually still, tap first with the one character, Rush Sugo special on tap 2, and then the third character can finish your super tandem chain, and that will still activate fine. Rush Sugo Sanji was similar, where you could tap with Sanji first and still use Sanji as a part of the super tandem chain. The only issue is that if you, perform the super tandem and you aim to last tap with Kaido in the super tandem chain, that's not going to work effectively, as the Rush Sugo special will take precedence over the super tandem ability. So that is something you do need to take note of, but you can still use Kaido as like a part of the super tandem chain, just as long as it is not the final tap of a super tandem chain. So just make sure to take that into consideration when you opt to use Kaido a little bit later on down the line. But hopefully you enjoyed this video of utilizing Kaido in a bunch of different content. Really hope you guys have enjoyed this video today, and if you guys have enjoyed it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.
お前がその右手を振り下ろすことはない。受けて消えるからだ。お前に世界は変えられねえ。 世界は変えられねえ。まだ俺に歯向かいてえやつは名乗り出ろ。